Here we go. Collingwood versus Brisbane Lions at the MCG. Before we get into the game, real quick, who's winning this game?
Oh,
real quick. Come on. I'll go.
I'll go Brisbane.
I'm going to say Collingwood. I have no. There's reasons why I'm saying there's a good reason to go with Collingwood, and there's also a good reason to go with Brisbane. One reason to go Collingwood is Brisbane just never win at the MCG.
Their most recent match at Melbourne at the MCG has been a win though, so they've kind of broken that little curse now.
1 in 15. 1 in 15 at the MCG.
That's the most recent one.
Most recent, yeah, fair enough.
I
Who'd
think
they play?
I can't remember. It was probably made it real hard against a team that was incredibly lowly. But might have been the Tigers.
Maybe
something about that sticks out. I think. But anyway, I think the McStay one is like that injury. I think is huge for Collingwood. They don't have a really obvious replacement for him at the moment, and as much as he's not, I mean the sad state that is him right now though. Leaving Brisbane to go to Collingwood to chase the premiership, and then both teams play in the grand final, and he misses out with a knee. I mean, there's an irony there. There's a sick irony to that, really. But
it is a shame.
I feel for the guy, but I think it's going to be hugely important as well for the Pies. I think his absence, to my point before about Harris Andrews, frees Harris Andrews up unbelievably, and I think he's going to have a huge day as a result.
Now, a reason why people in the chat and watching this one might agree with you that Brisbane will win is because they've beaten Collingwood 6 times in a row.
Oh, really? Is it that bad now?
It's that bad. So, yeah, well, a lot of it's probably through the COVID era up north and in other places and all that. But they've beaten Collingwood 6 times in a row. I think you've got to go all the way back to 1989 when the 2 grand finalists, one had a winning run of wins like Hawthorn over Geelong. I think Hawthorn had won 8 in a row before that 1989 grand final. So, yeah, Collingwood comes into this game against Brisbane at a venue that they should be fairly confident at, but against an opponent that wouldn't be too confident about. So 6 in a row. I don't know how you picked this one. I've gone Collingwood. You've gone Brisbane. Wouldn't be
20 years
surprised
or so
way.
since the last time these two played in the grand final.
Yep.
Brisbane's way
and it went Brisbane's way those 2 times as well.
All about it. I'm all about it.
Are they ready? I
just don't know the Brisbane song as well as the GWS one, so we won't be kind of getting any dances going and that sort of thing this time. But
no, we'll have to cue something. We nearly had you. I was so close to getting you staring down the camera because for those that don't know, I did put the call out on Twitter the other night saying if GWS get up, I want Paul to sing the big sound from the west of the town straight into the camera. But thankfully, you were spared from. I don't know if you've got a good singing voice, Paul. I'm not sure, but maybe you do.
I had already recorded it off the during the game. I'd recorded it so that I could just hit publish when I needed to.
Do the auto tune.
It has now been deleted and removed from my deleted items. So,
well, save it. Oh, so not even for next year, you'll have to re-record it.
No, I've purged it completely.
What's your thoughts on the Brisbane Fitzroy away strip that they tend to wear in the Melbourne games? Are they going to roll with that, or are they going to wear the traditional Brisbane Lions outfit? What do you think?
I hope they go the Brisbane Lions outfit. As much as obviously there's a deep respect that should be shown for Fitzroy and those sort of things, I think they can do that in other ways. Let's acknowledge them as the Brisbane Lions for this day. They are the Brisbane Lions right now. They are not competing as Fitzroy, and or the Brisbane Bears for that matter. And so let's do it and do it the way they are right now. But then obviously, they can acknowledge Fitzroy in a host of different ways on the day.
Yeah, Dr. Duff and Schmertz in the chat says North Melbourne won the previous 5 encounters before Adelaide beat North Melbourne in the 1998 grand final. Great stats there. Thanks, Dr. Duff. Apologies if you don't like me shortening that. Look, a spare a thought for Will Ashcroft going into this one as well. Future Cat, Will Ashcroft did his ACL, I think it was, when we played him up there. Unfortunately, he's going to miss out on, it's pretty hard to make grand finals. Ask Max Holmes about that. They don't come around all the time, and you don't want to miss them because you might only get one shot in your career. unfortunately, he's going to miss, which sucks. Absolutely sucks. And look, there's McStay's missing, and there's a bunch of other guys that, John Noble for Collingwood, who's been in their best 22, 23 all year. He's not getting a look at when it all comes, when the whips are cracking. It's a bit of a shame. There'll be probably some umpires that get dropped too, mate, because I don't really we love Ray. Thanks for coming on the show, but some questionable decisions.
Well, to be fair, Ray wasn't one of them because of his back.
No, can't blame Ray. No,
so
been
bring
fantastic.
Bring him
in. Who's going to actually come in for the Pies, do you think? Do you think, I mean, clearly they've got to replace McStay, but is there a like-for-like replacement, or is it, no, different team, different, we're going in with a different structure? What's the plan? You're the Brisbane, sorry, you're the Collingwood coach. What are you doing? What's the go here?
I need to bring up their list because I'm drawing a blank right at this very second. I've already made my way to their list. So as I quickly scroll through, and I'm doing a very quick skim here. Like obviously, I think one of the more natural things is to consider how they might use Darcy Cameron and Mason Cox, and that one of them, they may not be benched all day. It might be you go ruck and then you go rest at full forward or something like that to try and still stretch the Brisbane defence and make your Harris Andrews accountable. But I mean, the thing for Brisbane as well is that Payne might well be back. He was, he missed this week, but it sounds like it was pretty close. So they bring another key defender back in as well. That could change things up there. Billy Frampton's an option in terms of maybe what, they can bring, toss him into defence and then send Jeremy Howe forward, which has worked for them at different points as well. Jeremy Howe more than knows what he's doing as a forward. So that's an option for them as well. But other than that, Ash Johnson, I believe, is injured at the moment. So I don't think he'll get
back. Yeah. There's Billy Frampton. Taylor Adams has got to come in.
Duff as well. And again, sorry if we're butchering it. Nathan Kruger was mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was fit, but Ginnivan starting. Ginnivan, makes sense to maybe start him. But they've got a problem.
Yeah.
They've got a big problem here.
It's going to be.
But I think how they use the rucks is probably the starting point. To be honest,
I think
does Taylor Adams come back?
Well, I think they take the risk. I mean, it's a Geelong show, so bringing it back to Geelong for a sec, and we mentioned his name before, but Max Holmes, we didn't take the risk, and he was right to go. So will Collingwood take the same approach with good old Tay? I don't know. It'd be a shame if he missed because he deserves it.
I think you need to bring him in.
Yeah, I think they'll roll the dice. I think they will. I think they'll do it. Does Brisbane roll the dice on a Jack Gunston? Daniel Rich, right? Strike a line through his name. I don't think Daniel Rich is coming in, but Jack Gunston, I think you do. Grand final experience. I think you do. I think there's going to be
Jack Gunston comes in. But then who do you leave out though? Like they didn't have any injuries, did they?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think there's going to be some heartbreak. I think someone's going to get a tap on the shoulder.
It's not like their forward line is lacking in potency, to be clear. I mean, their forward line is still one of the strongest in the competition. So I'm just double checking their lineup now. I mean, they had the forward line last week was Archie, Danaher, Rayner, Cameron, Hipwood, and Zach Bailey. Like none of them deserve to miss.
No.
Link McCarthy obviously on the bench as well. I look at the bench and you see the likes of Devon Robertson, the rig, Link McCarthy, Kitty Coleman, and Jasper Fletcher. None of them deserve to miss out. So then you're looking, this is a very. It feels like Gunston should come in, but at the same time, I look at that and go, I don't see any obvious names come out either. So
do you mess around with the winning formula? I don't know. It's going to be an interesting week in the lead up to the grand final. A very interesting few days, and there's some sad stories clearly,
Lions
but there's
the sub too. Lions was the sub for the Lions as well, so
it could be a little bit of heartbreak, but don't know. So you're going Brisbane. I haven't changed your mind on that. I don't think you've changed my mind as well. I just don't trust Brisbane at the MCG. I'm not confident as a Collingwood supporter going into this game though, and having lost the last 6 against Brisbane. Not confident at all. I just hope it's an absolute cracker, mate. The weather gods are smiling as we speak. They are saying it's going to be about 28, 29 on grand final day.
It is looking beautiful.
So I'm all about I want the Bears to win. The Bears. I'm going with the Bears theme, by the way, on grand final day, just out of respect for the Brisbane Bears of old. So I have some bear gummy bears and a few things like that on the cup on the coffee table. Give me some ideas or something in the chat. Let me know. So you got any ideas for bear related foods for grand final day?